Okay, so I'm here with Arndt and Anton, two of the filmmakers behind Memories of a Lake, a film that's been nominated at our festival in Nice. Congratulations and welcome.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, if you could I know I have introduced you, but reintroduce yourselves, but then tell us your connection to the film, and then someone needs to give me a synopsis. Either you, Arndt, or the very good-looking Anton. Someone needs to tell me the synopsis as well.
Well, maybe it's better to ask actor what the synopsis of the film is later.
I don't mind.
But I can give you, Steve, I can give you like a short, brief information about Memories of a Lake.
Please do.
I always wanted to make this movie, but as a step to a larger project.
Mm-hmm.
It's planned to be a feature film.
Yeah.
A feature film which we are probably going to shoot maybe end of this year or the beginning of next year.
So is this film a proof of concept of a larger potential film?
Yes, it is connected to this universe, you could say.
Okay.
Actually, so the feature film we are planning already wrote the script.
Yeah.
So it takes place afterwards.
Right. Okay.
So what we actually see in this story, I don't want to give too many spoilers here, but
we say spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, yeah. So hashtag no.
Very good. I love it. Yeah. All the other stuff. Yeah. Okay.
No, but well, I always wanted to make a movie, and I'm very fascinated by the subconsciousness. That's because it's telling a lot of stuff about how human relationships really are, and we don't know each other very well. We always pretend. I mean, Steve, if you wake up in the morning and you go and stand in front of a mirror.
I don't do that. It's a horrible view.
Yes, I know it's a horrible thing.
All right, you don't have to agree with me, Arndt. I'm just saying.
No, I always say hello, fatso, and that's me, of course. But this is the trick that the mind is playing. That we are actually able to say we are one. I am. But in fact, we are not a person who can say I am. We have like many voices inside of us, and you understand what I mean?
I do. I'm just trying to. What I'd like to know, this fascination you have with the subconscious. Where does this stem from? Is this something you've been intrinsically interested in for a number of years?
Yeah, for a lot of years. It started actually very early when I was in Sweden, and I went to school there, and I had a brilliant teacher, and we were reading Sigmund Freud.
Oh right, okay.
And a lot of Danish or Swedish and Norwegian playwright and filmmaker, they took a lot of psychoanalysis, like Strindberg and Ibsen. They took a lot of their material from the psychoanalysis, and Lars von Trier he does that as well. I love Lars von Trier.
I'm very ambivalent about some of his work.
Some of his works are brilliant,
and some of it I frankly think is a load of old rubbish. If I'm honest, but some of them are brilliant. Breaking the Waves is great.
Breaking the Waves is Dance in the Dark.
Dance in the Dark, very good, but I didn't get it with Antichrist, and also I didn't. This is my personal opinion.
Melancholia, no? Oh.
Very good. The other one which I didn't get it with was Nymphomaniac.
Nymphomania.
I just couldn't get it. I just honestly just.
Well, it was a little bit of the F.
I'm not bothered about it. Yeah, I'm not bothered about that. I just couldn't.
Sex scenes.
I'm not bothered about that. I just didn't move me. But I cannot get away from that. He has done some great films.
No. Do you like? I mean, this is a silly question, but do you like David Lynch? I mean,
some of it. Again,
like
Mulholland Drive, great.
Mulholland Drive and Twin Peaks. I guess you grew up a little bit with that.
But my favourite is still Blue Velvet.
Okay.
So yeah, I like that kind of. I do like that kind of filmmaking. It's excellent.
Okay.
Eraser is one of his, isn't it? Eraserhead was one of his, wasn't it? That's an early film. I don't know if you've seen that very bizarre film, that one. I couldn't get my head around that. No. And his version of Dune, actually, which a lot of people have slated, I actually think there was a general brilliance about it. But yeah, in the round, I like his movies. Yeah.
But what I like about David Lynch, he always puts in some mystical aspects in the movie, like mythology, fairy tale elements, and Lars von Trier does that as well. So this is what I try to do with Memories of a Lake. Actually, a lot of people have asked me why are there only men in this movie and no actually women, only one, but she's a corpse. Spoiler alert. But hashtag. Yes, but then again, for me, the lake is actually the female counterpart. And in this small town where all the other men, the policemen live, they are kind of leftovers. They're left over, and then society has moved on, and they are left behind. But this is actually something we see in smaller towns, not only in Germany. I mean, we see that in Canada and in America. Not all the Trump voters, but those male, they are left behind, and then they're going and vote for strange parties, and even in Germany, like
you should say non-traditional parties.
Yes. Well,
I'm not saying that, but I know what you mean. But
yes,
I've seen as well. We had it Brexit.
Yeah, like pro-leave or pro-stay or whatever.
I voted to stay. I just want to get that out there, by the way. So I very, very singularly wanted to stay.
But I mean, a lot of people have turned really weird in England now. I mean, even those who were who wanted to stay in the European Union, they now are afraid to say that in public because they're getting stoned.
Well, we're not getting stoned, but we're called remoaners. You know, and it's sad because it doesn't need to be like that. Look, I know lots of people who vote to remain, lots of people vote to leave, and at the end of the day, it's say la vie, life is life, just get over it, we're going, and I'm not happy about it, but what's the point in getting upset about it? You're not going to get anywhere. And who knows what's going to happen when we go? If we go, who knows? God only knows.
Okay, yeah.
But it's no point in just...
But do you still believe that there is going to be a Brexit? Because some people still...
I think if there is, there will be, but I think it will have to be what's known as a soft Brexit. For instance, I don't think it's possible to have a kind of Brexit where you will have borders again. It would just be an absolute nightmare. So I think the quid pro quo will be, I will be able to visit Europe as I can now without a visa, and the same for you. If you're a European citizen, you'll be able to come to us, no problem.
Yes, I mean there were a lot of strange things like Scotland. I mean they are so open-minded. They say, oh, we're a country of immigrants, and But okay, let's come.
No. It's an interesting point. It's a very interesting point. I mean, another example would be that Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom, so we've got a border. But then we had a border before we joined the EU, and there was no border there. So in the round, I don't think when it's all fleshed out, I don't think there's going to be a great change, and I think it's going to be a huge problem for us financially because I think we're going to lose a shitload of money. In trade.
And I mean, there are a lot like 3.5 million citizens in Europe have backgrounds from the United Kingdom.
Yeah, what's going to happen to them?
Yeah. I mean, and there's 1 point something living there.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And again, the quid pro quo will be that they will, I'm certain, be allowed to remain without any problem. They've already said as good as that anyway, and therefore the ones living in the European Union will be the same. Yeah. Because if you say, well, we can't do that, then everyone's going to suffer. Well, it's just going to be hassle, isn't it?
No.
But in the long run, my personal opinion is we made a mistake, but that's just my opinion. It may be wrong, but I think we should be. I cannot see the problems remaining part of the EU, but. No. It's madness, frankly.
It's like madness, but it reminds me a lot about Star Wars and like the Emperor taking over and like.
Yeah.
But we see that in America too, and in Turkey. I mean, we have all these movements towards craziness or some kind of weird nationalism, and I think it's protectionism.
Protectionism, nationalism is a good way to describe it. Yeah, I think so. I mean, Trump buy America, make America great again. So what are you going to do? You're going to build everything in the US. How's that going to happen with Apple, for instance?
No.
So you want to see your iPhone double in price because basically you're going to source everything from the US. Who's going to want to buy your iPhone? No. Come on, think about this. It's just globalization, whether you like it or not, is here.
It's going to happen if you want it or not. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
it's either to be in or to be out. So
Yeah, it is. We're going off piece here, and I always do this, so apologies. So anyway, getting back to your film. So, can you, one of you, just flesh out the premise of the film a little bit more? I know you've touched upon this, but perhaps you can tell us a little bit more, and your role in the film as well.
Well, for me it was an interesting project because we both started it together. It was, like Arne said, in the beginning it was a feature film, and I got a script which I read and said, okay, wow, this is a world that has a lot of different elements. I'm educated in Germany. It has a lot of different Asian elements.
Yeah.
Which I've been through as an actor and played Faust and
Faust.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
you know about the deep roles.
Goethe's Faust. Not
yeah.
There's the one Marlowe.
Yeah.
Christopher Marlowe.
Christopher Marlowe. Yeah.
But that's a brilliant play too.
Sorry. So which Faust were you playing? The Marlowe Faust.
No. Goethe's Faust.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So when I got this script from Arne, which wasn't this one, but was a feature film script, then I was really fascinated about the different worlds that he was describing, and we started communicating about how can we make that film happen. And you sent me a lot of small script, including then memories. Including then memories of a lake,
like a short film version.
Which we then decided to film in Sweden, in my hometown when I grew up as a kid. And Arne came from Germany to Sweden, and we...
Because you could have filmed this anywhere, couldn't you? You could have filmed it in Germany,
we
or France, or whatever. But there's a reason for this.
Yeah, my main reason is, as you might have guessed, I'm upset with... I'm so almost horny, if I may use this word, but I'm so... like a fetish. I'm attached to the British accent. I really love them. The Queen's English.
Come on, we invented everything.
Yes,
didn't we? Shakespeare, Marlowe.
Cut out that crap. No, but
come on, I'm joking.
No, but I really love that. So, but you can't. It's almost impossible to find someone in Germany who is able to pull off a dialect or to speak without a German dialect. Of course, if you want to have a Nazi or some other crazy, weird Russian, they can always play these characters. But if you want to do a film international for an international audience, then it's easier to turn to Danish actors, Swedish, Norwegian actors, because all of them, they grow up. I grew up there too, and you grow up, and because everything on television it's not dubbed, so you have always subtitles. So you suck up the English language, so it's a different thing. So we made that decision to make the film actually in Sweden.
So you're an Anglophile, would it be?
Yeah, you could easily say that.
Right. Have you lived there?
No, but my brother Henning, he lived there in London and he studied there. Right. And he's involved in this film as well as a producer. So yes, and and another thing is actually as I think we are still in this section where we are like independent producers, and we were looking for quite a long time. We pitched several ideas for several TV projects and feature films, but it is really difficult to convince, especially in Germany, to convince film companies to go in and invest. If you leave them a script in English, like I did, and then most of them, I'm not going to say who, but they all said, "Oh, Arne, do you have a German version, or could you just give me brief information?" But I mean, come on, these are international funding institutions, and they should be able to read. I mean, the lines are not so difficult.
So, Arnd, you could have, with your passion for, all joking aside,
Yeah.
you could have shot this in Britain, couldn't you? You could have made
Well,
it.
this-
But did that cross your mind as well?
Yeah, of course. And this is like my future goal to shoot in Britain. I would love to do it somewhere in Yorkshire or somewhere in
Yeah,
a
but very
small
bleak
town.
and- yeah.
Yeah. I would. This is like a dream. So the feature film, I see that there in a small town there.
Although I must say, having seen the film, it has got a lovely look to it. I mean, you obviously chose that particular place for the look that it has.
Yes, because now I wanted to have an aesthetic look that it could be anywhere. It could be like No Country for Old Men. It could be in the United States. It could be somewhere in Canada, and nobody really knows that it is in Sweden. Or I don't know if you like.
No, I know.
picture this.
I know. That's a good question, actually. Well, I was spoiled knowing the background to the film, so that spoiled it in terms of it would be. I couldn't impossibly get away from it. I couldn't possibly get away.
Which background do you mean?
Well, no, I knew. What I'm saying is, once the film goes through, I know who the producers are, and I can see all that. So
names.
I know that before I get to see a film, which I shouldn't do really. It'd be better if I'd see the film and then look into it. So I couldn't escape where it was shot, because I kind of guessed where it was shot because of everyone that was involved in it. Yeah. But having said that, I can kind of see what you mean about choosing that location, because it lends itself to not be what's the word I'm looking for? Not invisible. I'm trying to think of the word. In disguise. It disguised itself. It might be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get away from that. I kind of knew, not precisely where it was made, but I kind of got the vibe of where it was.
Yeah.
But I can see what you're driving at, where you wanted to be like a no man's land kind of place, maybe. Is that a way to describe it?
Right.
Yeah. But it would lend itself to Yorkshire, I get that, or Exmouth.
Yes.
You know, there's all sorts of places in the UK, or the Scottish Highlands. I mean, the list is endless, you know.
Also, one reason because we did it in where we did it is because we had so I now have a production company there with a lot of friends, but also it's a small town and everyone was helping. It was Järna. I grew up there. I knew a lot of people, so we had like a lot of people coming in just to help for the film and locations and everything. I mean, I've been working in Germany as well quite a lot, and it's a lot easier when you have a small town. A lot of people know each other. We got food, we got locations, we got everything for free, pretty much. So that's also a reason why we did it, and fantastic crew. And
did it go the way you kind of hoped it would, the whole film process?
No, even better, I have to say, because Anton and I, we went to Sweden, and I have an older brother living there, so we could live in his house.
Blimey, you got one in the UK, you got one...
No. Well, he was in the UK.
Right, okay, it's the same one, yeah.
No, he's in Munich too.
Right, okay,
but
fine.
never mind. But I have an aunt in the UK, but Linda. Hi, Linda. No, but never mind. It's.
You're one of the most fascinating interviewers I've ever had, actually. So you carry on.
Yes, yeah.
It is a compliment, believe me. Because you go off at amazing tangents, and that makes her an interesting interview. So the floor is yours.
Thanks. I will use that floor. I hope I don't step in any poo somewhere around. But no, sorry. No, but actually, Anton and I, we went there, and we never worked together before.
Yeah.
And during 1 week, we actually cast all the other actors, even the two we cut out. But this is a sad little side story. But we casted like 11 actors, and then all the crew members, like 50 members behind. You have the location and first director assistant and all the other lighting. And so we had just 1 week, and then 7 days of shooting. And I think, I mean, in some scenes I can see it. There are some continuity problems,
glitches,
yes, itches there. But then again, we just had like 7 days, and I think it turned out well in the end. And I don't know, were you actually fooled, or do you think it's silly when you hear like Swedish or Danish actors trying to pretend that they are English native speakers?
I think the nature of filmmaking now is there's such diversity, even more so than it was in 10 years ago, that it's kind of anything goes, and you shouldn't need to worry about that, to be honest with you. I don't think it demeans the film in any way. So you really don't need to. And for Christ's sake, we're talking about Lars von Trier earlier, you know, and we wouldn't have seen there some bizarre films, and yet his films are extremely popular.
Yeah,
and although your opinion of some of his films is different to mine, I can kind of see. I mean, some of them are brilliant, as I said, but I kind of see that some of them just don't do it for me. But you might think they're the best thing since sliced bread. So the point I'm trying to make is some weird shit that he makes, and some people buy into it. That's the wrong thing to say. Some people accept that, and some people don't. And because we live in a world now that's a multi-layered, multimedia world now, you know, get past that. You know, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore. You know, there's no way anyone, I think, is going to judge a film on the opinion of seeing that. And it's just, it really. I just want to see a decent film.
Okay.
Frankly. You know, if there's two guys sitting at a chessboard and one of them's deaf, great. Is it going to be a decent film? Okay. Is the dialogue good? And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But if it's shit, then it's shit. Shit is shit, isn't it?
Shit is shit. It doesn't matter if the picture. No.
Truly, films that I see, I don't get to see all the films. The films I do see, most of them are really ace now. You know, the costs have been driven down because of digital filmmaking, but you've still got to come up with something decent, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't mean you can produce a crap film on a crap budget. You've got to produce a good film on a crap budget, haven't you?
Well, luckily we're not in Germany, but this is my main critics about German films, and it's mainly true. Germany has a lot of money, and they like pushing a lot of money in the German films, but the outcome is mainly crap. No, but seriously.
No, because I'm struggling to think of German films.
No, but internationally, they're actually like now they had like the one-hit wonder, Tony Erdmann, which is going to be like
the remake. Remaking it on there. Yeah.
Jack Nicholson
or
something.
That's right.
Yeah, but this is like one lucky shot. But they have so much money, and then you have like Sweden, and then you have Denmark. They Lars von Trier, like the Dogma film. They said, have you seen the movie Dogville with Nicole Kidman, where they painted?
Is that Dogma?
No, it's not Dogma, but it's like Dogville, where they painted with chalk on the wall.
That's Lars von Trier.
Yeah, Lars von Trier. But
yeah.
I mean, it works, and it shows me how wonderful actually the film is or can be, because in the end, at a viewer, I'm actually fooled, and I saw the walls, and I believed, oh my God, there are actually walls, there are actually doors which they are opening. So it's that kind of film I want to make, and to create this. I love this illusion you can pull out of a hat. So that's, yeah.
But this fascination with the subconscious, is that, and I know you're deeply interested in exploring that, but is that the only type of film subject matter that would interest you? For instance, I mean, I'm going to throw one out here. So if he came up with a script for a rom-com, as an example, which seems way out there, and I'm sure it probably won't happen, but it doesn't. Would you dismiss it out of hand?
No, but I'm a huge fan of like mockumentaries, like Modern Family.
Yeah.
I really admire and love this TV series. And but there's so many films and genres I like, and I like horror movies, like splatter movies, and other movies. I love. I'm obsessed with movies with wizards and witches. Like, there's a wonderful film with Bette Midler, like Hocus Pocus.
I've seen that, yeah.
I mean, she's really brilliant in that one. Like, but they never made this, and they never made a second part of it.
No, it's a one hit.
It's a shame, really a shame they should do that. But no, for me, like the subconscious is only my way of reading it. But I don't push the audience, and I don't want the audience to go the same path, or my American friends would say sidewalk, but never mind. I don't want them to go the same path. They can go whatever they want, and the actors can see whatever they want to see in the movie. I'm not interested. Sometimes actors ask me, what is your intention on? And then I say, I don't know, I don't care, because I actually don't care, because
That's not what you're trying to do.
No, I care more about what they are thinking, because that's interested. I'm more interested in the fact what they see in the movie and what they are making out of it.
Okay.
In the end. It doesn't make
It does. No, it does.
In a weird way?
No, it's not in a weird way at all, because you come across as quite a bit auteur, and perhaps that's a way to describe your filmmaking. I don't know if that's the right way to describe your filmmaking, but or non-linear, non-traditional. I don't know.
Is it non-linear, non-traditional?
Or I mean, you just said something which is quite interesting. For instance, you've just said, well, an actor might say to you, "What is this about? What on earth's going on?" And your answer was, "I don't really care."
You haven't answered actually. What is your opinion? What is the film about?
Because you have avoided the question, which is, what is the film about?
Yeah.
And I did ask that right at the beginning. No one's really answered, have they?
Yeah, I'm a little bit like Slavoj Žižek. He never gets to the point, but that's another.
Well, any
story.
politician, basically, or any politician, certainly in the UK, they never answer a question.
It's all about deconstruction.
Yeah.
But for me, it's also, I mean, in the beginning when I started acting, I was always asking these questions to directors, and I want to know, what's my character, what is it about. And lately I've been working with a lot of directors where I from the beginning couldn't sort of really know what it was about, and then it gets really interesting on set, because then you discover worlds which you wouldn't have discovered otherwise. If you always want to know what's it about and try to hang on to something, then you don't put yourself in places where you wouldn't go elsewhere. So it's been really interesting working with Arndt and with these other directors which I've been working with, because you discover a lot more of new worlds and universes. I mean, for me it was also on set, there were so many elements that you couldn't really say, okay, where are we going now? But I had the trust in that you somehow just guided us in the right direction. And for me, the movie is also, it's more of a feeling that you get, and I mean, it's also part of a bigger project. So in the bigger project, then you probably build out a lot of these elements that you see in this movie. But
well, maybe a fairer question might be, what is it you are trying to do in the round with your films as a whole? What is it you're trying? What is the vision, the grand vision you have? Maybe you don't have one.
Of course I have one. It's the main question is how to deal with guilt and some kind of guilt complex.
Well, across all of your films, this is
no. You mean about all my
all the films? Yeah. Do you have a grand vision that encompasses all of them? A theme might be a better word.
Well, a theme. Well, yes. You could actually say that, and I will say that we. Like I said earlier in the interview, when you look into the mirror, that we're actually fooled. We don't see us in the mirror. We always see a stranger. We are actually strange to ourselves, but we fool ourselves to believe, oh, that's really me. And that's what I want the actors to show me, that they are strangers trapped in their own body, in their world, and they're strange to themselves. That they don't understand why they're doing this. Like puppets in a way. They strange
that's
forces.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So okay, is that a theme, or is it like?
There is no right answer on. It's how you perceive it. It's not for me to tell you, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so just finally, I would like.
But could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I mean, how did you react to the fact? I mean that or how did you interpret or whatever No.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let me ask the question,
Yeah,
please.
it's blocking my brain.
I kind of get in where you're at,
Yeah,
but no,
yes,
I'm
yeah.
not.
But were you confused by the boat scenes?
I found the whole film.
Confusing.
No, because again, it gets back to Lars von Trier. The reason I like his films isn't necessarily because there's a particular way that he tells, because some of the stories are confusing and muddled. I like his films because there is the way he tells whatever's going on in the film is very interesting. And I found a couple of his films. I mean, I'll get back to Breaking the Waves. I know it's one of his early films, but I actually thought it's a fantastic film. Probably my favourite film is. But a lot of the way he tells his story, perhaps I'm not looking for an answer.
No.
It was just something satisfying about it. So I'm not really answering your question.
No, but you are. That's what bothers me about like the Truman Show. This is a typical.
But I really like that, funnily enough.
Yes, but this is the American way of over-telling a story that even the stupidest person in the audience would get it. I mean, then you have in the end you have the director. He's telling, "Oh, I did this
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to
that."
think, is it Peter Weir that made it?
Yeah,
I think,
but I mean, it wasn't necessary. I mean, all the everyone got it already what it was about. So it was like that's what I sometimes don't like about. But now that it has changed about American films, that they always give you a kind of an ending, but it has changed in the recent years. I like an open ending because then you can go on and make up your own. The film continues in your head.
I think if you use the Truman Show is a good example because I think my personal opinion is to give it the benefit of the. I understand what you're saying. To give it the benefit of the doubt because it's made of a time. Now, what I mean by that is of a time before Big Brother, the kind of TV where you can actually watch 24/7. So it's a precursor to that. So actually that's revealed in the fact all the camera equipment is mid-1990s.
Yeah.
If the Truman Show, you can't make the Truman Show now because the Big Brothers exist. But let's assume for the moment it didn't exist, and you're making the Truman Show now.
And now you have all the
It would be different.
vloggers and all the
vloggers.
YouTubers. Like it's
So maybe it was just of its time. I get where you're going with it, but I still think it's a great film, actually.
It is a great film.
But I understand
totally
what you're saying.
agree, but
I understand. They overdid it.
They overtold the story.
They overdid it, and some things there were plot holes in it. But I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay, so just finally, I don't want to know what your favourite film is because I don't think anyone can. I've got 10 of them. Yeah, but if I was to say to you, there's a film you've seen that you would wish you could make, might be a better way to ask. So what's not a perfect film for you, but what film would you look at that's not yours and go, that is basically the best film you can ever make, and I wish I could make that film. So that doesn't have to be your favourite, but something about it stylistically, the way it was shot, the storyline, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Perhaps a better question would be the way it's moved you the most.
It moved me the most. Well, then we have to go going actually back to like Breaking the Waves, with It's Really Moving, or Dance in the Dark. They are so sad. And there are another film like it's called Lilja Forever. It's by a Swedish director. It's very Lukas Moodysson. It's very sad, and it's really like you're sitting there cutting your wrists. No, but it's so cruel and so brutal. But it's the reality. But these are the films. Yes, some of them they moved me. When I was younger, I was. I love fantasy films like The Legend with Tom Cruise.
Oh, Ridley Scott, yeah.
Yeah, and of course then the Alien movies.
I saw Alien Covenant last week, by the way.
Okay, how was that?
Incredible.
Okay.
Don't forget.
Okay.
It's had mixed reviews, but genuinely edge of the seat. Go and see it.
Then I'm relieved, relieved.
It's edge of the seat. It's terrifying, and it's edge of the seat.
Oh,
and Michael Fassbender is incredible, absolutely. And the same for you, Anton. Sorry, the same question.
Oh, movie. Oh. Well, I love the movie Himmel über Berlin.
Not seen
What
it.
is it in English?
Is it Heaven Above? No, it's there's a
It's
very
Desire.
bad remake, American remake. of
Isn't
it.
there always?
Yeah, yeah.
It's with Bruno Ganz, and I only know the German title. Himmel über Berlin, from God and humans. Also about monks in. I don't know the German titles. I've been living in Germany too long, I think. I think Beautiful with Javier Bardem is a very touching
Right.
movie.
What he's thinking
And-
about that
and-
horrific remakes, Old Boy. Have you seen the original?
Yeah.
Right. So that's how to make a film brilliantly, and then you see the remake, and that's how to make a film terribly. Why bother? Why would you do that? Anyway, I digress.
And also Stalker, you know that movie?
No.
You
I know
see it,
all
I
the
know.
films pretty much you're naming, but none of the ones you're naming. What does that tell you?
No, but did you like the movie like Memento, the one where he was like
In
carving?
back, yeah, in his back. You're very clever. Yeah.
Although
Although
he lost his identity and it was like writing notes to
I
himself.
did, but it's not. But it's the guy who done Batman, isn't it? The director. It was his breakout film.
Yeah.
The best film he's done for me is The Prestige, without a doubt. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I think that is such an excellent film.
Hilarious, good film. But
Yeah, it's such a good film. It's not many people have seen it.
no,
Memento, yeah, Memento's great, but I really like The Prestige. I think it's a fantastic film. Memento's very, very clever.
well now a movie that really moved me was the film Seven. It's an older film.
Fincher, David
Yeah,
Fincher.
yes.
The one straight after Alien 3,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. This was very cruel. I was a
What's
little
in the
bit
box?
younger and all the violence.
What's
but
in
it
the
was-
box, yeah.
Yeah.
What's in the box, yeah. I saw it at cinema, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a really moving film.
A brilliant example of, I know it's quite gory in places, but a brilliant example of the drabness, the way he shot it, very washed out. And I mean, I can't remember if it was meant to be set in Chicago and New York, but it was all greyed out and just so nihilistic, but a great film.
Great, yes. It's
was a great
nasty and everything is filthy and
Yeah.
it's creepy and it's like the whole atmosphere is so.
Brilliant.
Well,
It's a
now I
brilliant
know the name. It's Wings of Desire. It's the one. You should watch it if you haven't watched it. And Stalker and Ivan's Childhood is also another one.
Just want to
Okay.
say thanks very much for that.
Okay, yeah,
you.
thank you, Steve.
Thank you.